Hello, I'm George W. Bush, and I approve this message. Here's the problem. I talked the other day in my response to John McCain about General Petraeus. By the way, no, they didn't approve that video response, which is why it's just kind of standalone. So feel free, everyone, please actually do me a favor and bombard that channel with emails asking why they didn't approve my video response, because there were some that were just about as long as mine. But anyway, right now in America, today, May Day, in fact, the president vetoed a bill calling for the eventual withdrawal of troops from Iraq to be completed by mid-2008, so the Democrats' proposal indeed gave the president the funds he asked for to continue the war, but threw in a condition to make a decision he isn't exactly qualified to make. Now, he and many conservatives have been screaming about supporting our troops and all the blah, blah, blah that goes with it. The Democrats want them home so everybody is able to claim superior care for the troops, moral ascendancy, and all that. That's all great, and due to the take my side or die attitude of Americans, it's fair to say that most of you are considering one side or the other to be right or wrong. I happen to feel that they are both completely full of shit. There are very few people on the planet I would entrust the responsibility of making final decisions on war strategy to. They all happen to be commanding on the front lines. I learned everything I need to know about this dynamic from working for a large company. No amount of briefings, meetings, or reports can give a good idea to anyone about what's happening on the ground right now. Even in a situation where people whom you are reporting to have been there previously in their career, the fact is they're not there now. Things change. They sit back relying on you to bring them up to date, which in itself takes away from your own active experience. The further a leader is from his followers, the less he can be expected to act in their best interests. This was the core idea behind the creation of multiple levels of government, and it works both ways. People are less likely to listen to an omnipresent, however distant voice from the sky. I mean, just look at Christianity. Even Catholicism is flexible enough to allow the Pope to speak for God. Otherwise, Catholics would be doing all sorts of kooky shit based on original teaching in the Bible. Or not at all. Didn't you hear? The babies don't go to limbo anymore, and if they die. So anyway, what all this means is I really don't care how many years you fought in wars, wrote for a newspaper, or wired houses. Nothing beats practical, real-time experience in anything for making decisions now. The position of the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military is a natural conflict of interest because of political ambition. It should be one of advisement rather than micromanagement. The President suffers from disconnection. The problem seems to be that his emphasis on victory in the war puts his commanders in the field in a particularly hairy position. Without definition of victory, it is a stalemate. Then up the ladder, political stalemate follows. I simply cannot believe there is no standard protocol in a time of war after the initiation of the war to call upon active commanders to brief and advise Congress directly with the ability to override the president's authority, considering there is no stipulation for the president to have any military experience in the Constitution. Sure, the Commander-in-Chief is a nice title with lots of important implications, but it shouldn't mean a goddamn thing out in the field, in front of Congress, or to the American people, for that matter. I want to hear from Petraeus. I want to hear from Casey. I want them to request what they need to secure this situation. I want a clear definition of victory, and I want it achieved with the utmost expedience. I assure you, there is no victory without a clear and tangible enemy, and you will not find one in Iraq during a civil war. Of course, this is how politics work, and politics have always fucked everything up and made it much more complicated for everyone involved. An excellent way to create a lot of white-collar jobs, but a horrible way to conduct a business or generally get anything done, because quality of product goes down in a situation where quality control is conducted several hundred miles away, and expectations are based on accountants' decisions. In other words, what do the field commanders have to say about the war? And please allow them to speak uninterrupted and without fear of reprisal from their clearly underqualified boss. One more thing. Why the hell are election days only on one day? Shouldn't they be conducted perhaps over a weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday? I read a story today about some taxes here in Georgia and a referendum vote, which of course affected 1.8 million people, and less than 50,000 people actually showed up to vote. Long live democracy.